Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. I'm beginning to wonder whether Anthony Joshua is ever going to fight again. And there was some news, I think it was earlier today or yesterday, that Joshua is apparently injured. And Eddie Hearn says he won't be able to train for another 8 weeks, roughly 2 months. Now, I've got to say, this is just the latest in a sort of line of behaviours that makes me think Joshua, he's done what he set out to do. He's kind of lost a bit of heart. I think his behaviour post-Dubois, when he really did get smashed to pieces in front of, a packed Wembley Stadium, it was almost like the impression I got from his body language, from his tone of voice when you see him interviewed, from the fact that he's always smiling and seems totally at peace, more at peace than he has been for some time. It seems to indicate that after that fight, he thought, you know what, maybe it's just time to go away. Maybe it's just time to step away. Because he did release a video the following day, a very short video saying, okay, Daniel was the better man, but we go again. It's all about ups and downs and no problem, But I think his subsequent behaviour hasn't really indicated that that's what he wants to do. I mean, there was a rematch clause with Dubois. And if you think back to certain fighters who really were on it, to whom it really was the most important thing in their life, get revenge, get this guy back in the ring so that I can right the wrong. I'm thinking of like Lennox Lewis against Hasim Rockman. That's one example. Roy Jones against Montel Griffin is another. I mean, I'm just picking these off the top of my head. But Dubois was prepared to fight Joshua again. He would have made a ton of money, of course. Joshua would have made a lot of money, but Joshua, he let it slide. And there was talk of him being injured, having a few niggles and so on. Now he's injured again. I mean, Hearn said about Joshua, he said, look, he's pretty relaxed. And I'll be honest, I think there are only 2 fights that really get his juices flowing. And he's talking about Dubois and Tyson Fury. And Hearn also went on to say it doesn't mean he won't fight someone else. He's beaten Joseph Parker already, although Parker's on a great run. Ajit Kabayel is on a great run. But if you're AJ, can you really get yourself up for that? I don't know. Well, if you can't get yourself up for Ajit Kabayel, who is a real threat, and who I would certainly pick to beat Joshua, then, I mean, what? So you only want the big names? Well, Fury's retired. I mean, it's probably come back, I suppose, but it's, if you're a fighting man, you're like, okay, so-and-so's retired. He don't want to fight me. Where's the next one? Which would be a Kabayel or the rematch with Dubois. Get him back in the ring. I want another fight with him. And Hearn says, Fury comes. He said that in his head, Fury comes out of retirement at some point in the next few months, and they end up fighting this year. That's Hearn's sort of fantasy. But he does say nothing's led him to think that that's the case. He just, for Hearn, thinks that at some point Fury's going to sit up and say, fuck it, it's the biggest fight to make. It's not like he's deteriorating. It's not like he looked shot against Usyk. Hearn talking about Fury here. He just got beat by the better man. I agree with that. I thought Fury in the 2 fights with Usyk, certainly the second one, he didn't look like a shot fighter at all. He looked slightly depleted in the sense that he couldn't fight for 3 minutes of every round, which against Usyk, I think that the lifestyle, the putting on weight, taking off and so on, is probably catching up with him. And he is in his mid-30s, which is not that old for a heavyweight, but Fury will get itchy fists again, I think, and he'll probably come back. But Joshua, I'm not so sure he wants it. Perhaps he's of the attitude, you know what, I won't announce my retirement. I'll just go away and see how I feel and see if the urge comes back to me. And then there are other aspects of Joshua's career, such as is Ben Davison going to carry on training him? Are you going to get another trainer in? Does he really have the heart to sort of start again? And apparently not. Hearn says no, he just wants the big fights. He's been beaten twice by Usyk. No shame in being beaten twice by Usyk. Whether you're AJ or Fury, Usyk is the best of this generation. He's proven it. But the banner of the defeat against Dubois, that would... I mean, it's like with Usyk. First of all, AJ didn't have to take on Usyk. Even though it was a mandatory, he could have just let the belt slide and ducked him. But he didn't. And then immediately afterwards, he was like, get him in the ring with me again. Get him, I want to fight him again. And he did fight. And you saw the disappointment because he had that sort of hissy fit where he threw the belts out the ring, threw his toys out the pram, made a total tit of himself. But the fact is, he wanted to fight Usyk again. Get me back in that ring with him. There's a rematch clause. I want it. With Dubois, nah, no thanks. No, so it would not surprise me, to bring this little video full circle, it would not surprise me if we didn't see Joshua in the ring again. In fact, I would be less surprised if we saw Fury in the ring again. You know what I mean? I think Fury will at some point come back. But Joshua, I think he might be at the point where he's like, I've earned whatever the fuck it is, 100 million, 200 million, I don't even know what he's earned. It's tens of millions anyway. I've been a 2-time heavyweight champ. I've unified belts. I've ducked no one. I've fought everyone. Maybe it's time to give someone else a go. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I'm onto something here? Do you think Joshua will fight again, or do you think he's done? He's had enough. I mean, I don't mean done in the sense that he's not going to be a champ again. I think that would be a tall order anyway. But do you think he'll come back and come back for anyone? Let me know. Comments below as usual. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button. Much love to all of you. Hope you have a good weekend. We've got some boxing on at the weekend, so I'll be covering that. And until then, I'll catch you later. Bye for now.